G'day YouTubers, how you all going? My name's Wilfred West, Wilfred's PC World, Lakeside Cottage in Loch Sport, Victoria, Australia. Today's date's the 10th of the 3rd, 2015. It's about 10 o'clock in the morning. The GoPro camera is mounted onto the glass up there, and I had it on a wide view, so which was 1920 by 1080 wide, and I was using the UV 37mm filter on it. That gives it that round look. It's kind of strange, I didn't know I would actually do that on wide. Of course, I'm doing it on medium, but anyway, I hope you like this video, and just so please subscribe.
Childhood education, night patrols and council operations. Deputy Clerk of the WA Legislative Council, Nigel Lake, will face court later this month, charged with a number of criminal offences. Police allege he was carrying a baseball bat and a balaclava. Time was arrested late at night in February. They also allege he used and installed a tracking device on a person's car. Mr Lake has been stood down from his job pending his court appearance on March the 18th. Australian scientists are part of an international team to have made a significant breakthrough in breast cancer research. The study has found more genetic markers that increase the risk of breast cancer. Melbourne University's Professor Melissa Saudi says the discovery will lead to improved genetic testing to identify women at substantial risk.
Well, we've identified 15 additional genetic markers that are associated with increased risk, which adds to the 70 that we already knew about, which substantially moves forward our understanding of the genetic factors associated with breast cancer risk.
The Australian market has gone up in early trade. The All Ordinaries Index is at 5,802. That's up 1.5% after just 9 minutes of trade on the local stock market. The ASX 200 is up by the same magnitude. It's at 5,800. All that followed a positive night on Wall Street because of a number of billion-dollar deals. So share buybacks which buoyed Wall Street, with the Dow Jones Industrial Average closing at 17,995. That was up 0.78 of 1%, 138 points. The S&P 500 was also up 0.39 of 1%. It closed at 2,079 points. Looking at commodities, West Texas Intermediate crude oil is just under $50 a barrel. Tappas is just under $62 a barrel. Spot gold is at $1,167 an ounce. Australian dollars buying 76.9 US cents, 50.88 British pence, 70.9 euro cents, 93.3 Japanese yen, and $1.04.5 New Zealand. Time now to get all the latest in sport. And in cricket, Captain Owen Morgan says he has no idea what his future will be after which side bowed out the World Cup early. Tim Morgan reports.
England to advance to the quarter-finals. England was beaten by 15 runs by Bangladesh last night in Adelaide. Dismissed them at 260, chasing 276 for victory. Result means Bangladesh joins New Zealand, Australia and Sri Lanka in the quarter-finals while England miss out. Owen Morgan's side is expected to cop plenty of criticism and analysis when they get home, but England's skipper says he doesn't know what the result of the inquest will be.
To be honest, I've no idea what happens from here. It's obviously a surprise that we're knocked out this early. So again, I don't know, there'll be an inquest over the next few weeks as to what happened and what went wrong. And then we go from there.
In contrast, the celebrations are just beginning for Bangladesh. Mohammad Mahmudullah became the first batsman from his country to score a World Cup century before being run out for 103. He says it's an unbelievable feeling to make the last day.
Back home it's really special. I think for us it's really special, and thanks to all of them to supporting us here. So really
Morgan are like picking Gary Ballance from nowhere. Everybody's seen that Finn hasn't been bowling well for 2 years nearly now. They can't just say, oh, it's the players. The players can't just say it's our fault. I mean, he's in charge. And results are important when you're in a big job coaching a football team, a cricket team. You're the boss, you have to accept the results are what it's all about. We haven't played good cricket here. We played very, very poorly. We see light years behind other teams in the way they're thinking about one-day cricket. Modern one-day cricket's moved on very quickly. It's very different from even 10 years ago. And we seem to be a long, long way behind a lot of other teams.
Arsenal is through to the semi-finals of English Soccer's FA Cup. Beat Manchester United 2-1 at Old Trafford this morning. Former United striker Danny Welbeck scored the winning goal for the London club. In rugby league, St George Illawarra has suffered a double blow after a 12-4 loss to Melbourne. Two water reports, Dragons fullback Josh Dugan will undergo scans today for an ankle injury.
In a scrubby game at Cochrane, Storm ran in 2 tries to 1 against St George Illawarra. It wasn't a pretty result for the Dragons. Adding to their woes, fullback Josh Dugan was forced off with an ankle injury. St George Illawarra coach Paul McGregor says it doesn't look good for Dugan.
Look, fingers crossed, he's come up okay and he's right to play, but you know, he's got his foot in the back of the horse at the moment, so it doesn't look great.
Melbourne coach Craig Bellamy praised his side's defensive effort following the win, and he singled out skipper Cameron Smith, who made 50 tackles in his first game back from ankle surgery 3 months ago.
No, he's quite unique like that. He's quite unique in a lot of areas, but the way he's recovered and the way he's trained is real credit to him and real credit to our medical stuff.
The Rugby League Players Association won't say whether 3 Gold Coast Titans players charged with cocaine offences will play this weekend. 5 current and former Titans, including Greg Bird and Dave Taylor, appeared before a Southport Magistrates Court yesterday. Their cases were adjourned until May. The Association's Dave Garnsey says Titans officials and lawyers held talks about the matter yesterday.
It's not appropriate for me to go into what we talked about within the meeting specifically. There was general discussion about the current situation. As I say, there was some information put on the table, and the club is in good faith considering that.
Australian cyclist Rowan Dennis is second overall after the first stage of the Paris to Nice race. The stage was won by Norway's Alexander Kristoff in a sprint finish. Australia's Heinrich Hausler was 4th and compatriot Michael Matthews was 10th. World champion Tom Bonan is out of the race after hurting his shoulder in a crash. And finally, in the Trans-Tasman Netball League, the New South Wales Swifts beat the Waikato Magic 48 goals to 43 last night. Let's take a look at the weather. Brisbane, a possible shower for you. A top of 31 degrees is forecast. 28 degrees in Brisbane at the moment. Sydney will get to 26 today. A shower or 2 around. It's 23 degrees in Sydney at the moment. In the national capital, partly cloudy, heading for a top of 28 degrees. Currently 19 in Canberra. Melbourne becoming sunny, heading for a top of 23 degrees. It's currently 18 degrees in Melbourne. Hobart becoming cloudy, a top of 21 after a fairly cool start. It's now 17 degrees in Hobart. Adelaide, mostly sunny, heading for a top of 26 degrees, 19 degrees in Adelaide at the moment. Perth, it'll be quite warm, sunny and 31 degrees, 19 degrees at the moment in Perth. And Darwin, a possible shower and a late storm, a top of 33 degrees. It's currently 30 degrees in Darwin. Mark Tamhane with you on ABC News Radio, where
Great,
Australia...
let's just park in the middle of a fucking street and have a chat.
In South Australia, it's 10:15. In Queensland, it's 10:45. In the Northern Territory, it's 9:15. And in Western Australia, it's 7:45. ABC News Radio headlines. The federal government is set to reinstate nearly $1 billion in funding for the car industry. The coalition had planned to cut the funding following announcements from Holden, Ford and Toyota that they would stop making cars in Australia in Special Rapporteur on Torture, Juan Mendez, who produced the report, says the UN's just doing its job. And Lebanese authorities have reportedly detained an Australian man suspected of having links to a terrorist group. Lebanon's national news agency says the Australian man was detained by military intelligence at his home in the city of Tripoli. Well, last year the Australian Crime Commission warned that for a nation the size of Australia, problems with the drug ice are reaching pandemic proportions. At the same time, the Pennington Institute said it feared many ice users would move from smoking ice to injecting it. This includes bloodborne diseases such as HIV and hepatitis. Now, the federal government is sharing Australia's experience with the drug and has asked for international help or against it. Assistant Minister for Health, Senator Fiona Nash, is currently in Austria for the 58th session of the United Nations Commission on Narcotic Drugs.
What stands out is that this is very early days for countries dealing with this drug. I think now that it's been identified as such a serious issue, obviously not just in Australia but across the globe, it's now time for the discussion about how we tackle it. I don't think there are any silver bullet solutions that have come to the fore today. The very big thing though is the fact that it's now been identified and recognised as an issue. At home in Australia, other states and territories to come back to me, the drug organisations in those states with their information around what they're doing and what's happening in their states. I've put together a drug and alcohol council that's been tasked with looking at ice as their first priority. Communities, people everywhere around have been saying to me, we need to act on this, and that's exactly what the government's going to do.
And as you say, the standout thing about ice is the increase in speed of the use. I think it's doubled the use of ice in the country in the last 3 years. But beyond that, fighting against ice is we've learnt lessons as we've tried to deal with other drugs in the past. And what we have learned is you can't do it with just law enforcement alone. But on the law enforcement front, we have recently had some quite large detections of methamphetamine ice shipments. Has this put a dent in the ice usage?
Well, certainly you would expect that we would put a dent in the, I suppose, in the intent of bringing this in. Well, we hope that it would. But it really is still only just a small part. The Minister, Michael Keenan's been doing a tremendous job in relation to Customs and Border Protection. But as you say, Fran, it's not just one single part of this that we're going to have to deal with. We're going to have to deal with demand, we're going to have to deal with use, we're going to have to deal with supply. And I think really importantly as a part of this, we have to deal with education. We have to be talking to our young people, making sure that they never start. We've certainly got to deal with what's out there, what we know is causing such devastation across our communities, but we also have to deal with the fact that we need to focus on making sure that our young people never start. So it's those sort of things that the government's working through at the moment to ensure that we come up with the best possible strategies for dealing with this. It is really important that we get it right.
As the Assistant Minister for Health, your concern around this too, I suppose, is treatment. I mean, it's one thing to try and stop the drugs coming in or being manufactured. It's another to make sure we are educating young people so they never start using ice. But for those who have, who are a problem right now, treatment options, how much is Australia doing on this front and how much more do we need to do?
Well, we're certainly doing it through our treatment services, which are primarily a state and territory responsibility. The federal government is giving at the moment around $200 million a year to those frontline treatment services. But what I also want to do, Fran, is take a stock take of how that's working. We need to know that our people who are being affected, particularly young people and their families, have options and access to treatment services that they need, and that's one thing I'll be doing a stock take of over the very soon period of time.
And Senator, that's just on another element around the UN. Your speech to the UN Commission in Vienna, you called on the UN Office on Drugs and Crime to
Frank Kelly.
This is ABC News Radio, keeping Australia informed in more ways, more often.
The federal government has dumped another unpopular policy, abandoning plans to cut almost $1 billion from the car industry. The government had planned to cut the funding following Holden, Ford and Toyota's decision to stop making cars in Australia over the next few years. Federal opposition leader Bill Shorten is campaigning ahead of the New South Wales state election coming up, and he spoke about the latest development.
Well, we know that the government has wasted 18 months.
$0.9 a barrel. Tapas is at $61.66 US. Spot gold is at $1,166 an ounce. The Australian dollar is buying 76.79 US cents. It's buying 50.83 British pence, 70.87 euro cents, 93.28 Japanese yen, and $1.05 New Zealand. Time now to take a look at sport. And in cricket, English captain Owen Morgan says he has no idea what his future will be after his side bowed out of the World Cup early. Tim Morton reports.
Needing a win to advance to the quarterfinals, England was beaten by 15 runs by Bangladesh last night in Adelaide, dismissed for 260, chasing 276 for victory. Result means Bangladesh joins New Zealand, Australia and Sri Lanka in the quarterfinals, while England miss out. Owen Morgan's side is expected to cop plenty of criticism and analysis when they get home, but England skipper says he doesn't know what the result of the inquest will be.
To be honest, I've no idea what happens from here. It's obviously a surprise that we're knocked out this early. So again, there'll be an inquest over the next few weeks as to what happened or what went wrong, and then we go from there.
In contrast, the celebrations are just beginning for Bangladesh. Mohammad Mahmudullah became the first batsman from his country to score a World Cup century before being run out for 103. He says it's an unbelievable feeling to make the last day.
Back home it's really special. I think for us it's really special, and thanks to all of them to supporting us here. So really special, yeah.
In domestic cricket, Warriors batsman Sean Marsh says there's a burning desire among the squad to end WA's long drought around the Sheffield Shield title. Warriors haven't won the Shield since 1999. They're one of 3 teams in the mix for a spot in this year's final. Marsh is confident his team can handle the pressure of expectation.
We haven't won a Shield final for maybe 15 years now, and that's a real burning desire within this group to hopefully win one this year. Like I said before, we put ourselves in a really good position to play another final. We've got a big game against New South Wales. They're always going to be tough over here, but we're up for the challenge.
Let's go to the big round ball game, and Arsenal has defeated Manchester United in this morning's FA Cup quarter-final at Old Trafford. It means the defending champs will return to Wembley Stadium for a semi-final. Martin Tyler called the match for ESPN.
But he's won it for Arsenal here. Arsene Wenger's side, the holders, not Louis van Gaal's Manchester United out of the FA Cup at the final stage. Arsenal go back to Wembley. Danny Welbeck will be going there with them. Wayne Rooney equalised the early Arsenal goal from Nacho Monreal. Then in the second half, a mistake by Valencia, Welbeck's goal, then the sending off of Angel Di Maria, grabbing hold of the referee, having been booked for diving. Januzaj also booked for diving, and Louis van Gaal's attempts to try and rectify the situation.
Meanwhile, Australia's women's soccer team has thrashed Finland 3-0 in its final group match of the Cyprus Cup. Kate Gill, Ashley Sykes and Emily Van Egmond were the goal scorers. The result means the Matildas will meet the Czech Republic in the playoff for 5th place tomorrow night. In rugby league, Melbourne coach Craig Bellamy has praised his side's defence after opening their season with a 12-4 win over St George Illawarra at Cogra last night. The Storm ran in 2 tries to 1. Bellamy says while it was a scrappy game, the Storm's defence was outstanding.
You know, it's something we're really disappointed on last year. We had a defensive effort, so it's something that we're plenty of work into. So, the penalty, especially in the first half there, the last 20 minutes or so, we were on our try line block. Boys, kept coming up. Having said that, we certainly don't want to be tackling like that each week. You know, we made it pretty hard on ourselves late in the first half, and then
well, halfway through the first half, and then start the second half, and just kept turning over the ball, couldn't check penalties away. So, anyway, give us some back on focus, and then we'll come through okay. 2 Australian cyclists to finish the top 10 on the first stage of the Paris-Nice race, won by Norway's Alexander Kristoff. Heinrich Hausler was 4th, and fellow Australian Michael Matthews was 10th. Australia's Rowan Dennis remains 2nd overall after his strong performance in the global. And that's the sport. Let's take a look at the weather around the nation for today, the 10th of March 2015. Brisbane, a possible shower, a top temperature of 31 degrees is forecast, 28 degrees at the moment. Sydney heading for a top of 26 degrees, a shower or 2 around. It's currently 23 degrees in Sydney. In Canberra, partly cloudy I should say, top of 28 degrees is forecast. It's currently 19 degrees in the national capital. Melbourne becoming sunny, a top today of 23 degrees, currently a mild 18 degrees in Melbourne. Hobart becoming cloudy, a top of 21 degrees. It's now 17 degrees after a rather cool start. Adelaide, mostly sunny today, a top of 26 degrees is forecast, 19 degrees at the moment in Adelaide. Hot one in Perth, sunny and 31 degrees, it's 19 at the moment in Perth. And Darwin, a possible shower and a late storm, a top of 33 degrees in Darwin, it's 31 already in the NT capital. Mark Tamhane with you on ABC News Radio, where Australian Eastern Daylight Time is 11:15. In South Australia, it's 11:45. In Queensland, it's 10:15. In the Northern Territory, it's 10:45. In Western Australia, it's 8:15.
ABC News Radio headlines.
The federal government is set to reinstate nearly $1 billion in funding for the car industry. The coalition had planned to cut the funding following announcements from Holden, Ford and Toyota that they would stop making cars in Australia in the next few years. The Industry Minister Ian Macfarlane is expected to formally confirm that announcement in a press conference in Adelaide this morning. The United Nations has hit back at claims by Tony Abbott that Australians are sick of being lectured by the UN about human rights, after a report on Australia's asylum seeker policies found some aspects were against the International Convention on Torture.
My name's Wilfred, West Wilfred's PC, World Lakeside Cottage in Loch Sport, Victoria, Australia, signing off. Thank you for watching my videos, and all comments are welcome. You all have a great day now.